Hi everyone, it's Neve here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today we're going to be doing another in the Wire Art Journal series, and it's all about creating empowering pages. So, um, lots has been happening in my life, and I have found myself needing to motivate myself and needing to empower myself. And I've decided that I wanted to make a page in my journal to do just that. I wanted to have a page that made me happy to look at, that had lots of positive quotes on it, that would push me to motivate myself to keep going, to keep, when things are a bit challenging, to keep going. So that's what I did on this page. So it starts off fairly simply, and I'm just blocking out some colours, and I'm doing what I usually do on my pages, which is, if I've got a colour, I'll add it in 3 spots on my page, sort of to create those visual triangles. So I'm just creating lots and lots of rectangles. Some of them are overlapping somewhat, and I'm just spreading out the paint until it is finished. So, I'm only putting out a little bit of paint in each spot, and I'll make the rectangle as big as the spot is to use up all the paint, basically. That makes sense. You can see there I'm not too concerned if some of the colours bleed in together or blend together. I think it sort of adds a little bit of depth to the colour, and I'm mixing up a whole heap of things. So it's a different colour palette for me, I have to say, but I actually really liked it. So this is, I think, bronze, which I do love. There's marine, the mineral, there's heather, I think, not heather, carnation, fuchsia, which is one of my favourite colours. And I'm just sort of creating spots to overlap. So you can see they're mostly triangles. Oh, not triangles, oh my goodness. Rectangles, sorry. But some of them, particularly in the middle of the page, are slightly, interesting shapes. So, but it all works. Just fill in your page, and it's Neve, so there's no white space left because I've just covered it all up. So once you've sort of got your colour blocking done and you're happy with it, if you want to extend them into different areas like I've just done there, you can, obviously. And then I'm going to heat set everything just to make sure it's all dry so I can doodle over the top. So the next part of this is really simple. Basically, I'm just going to either doodle into the different shapes, or I'm going to do some stenciling into different shapes. So at the moment I'm busily looking for some different stencils to put into the areas that I've got. And I know, I was also getting something else up on my screen so I could watch it. So I'm just using my paint pens and just doing really, really simple shapes. So these are little scallopy semicircles, just coloured in black, that I can sort of add different things to. If you didn't want to draw them yourself, I know that Dina Wakley has a stencil, I think it's called Lumps, that looks the same as this. And in most cases, I did vary it slightly, but basically if I did it in one section, I'm going to do it in another section. So it doesn't need to look exactly the same, but in that pink one I had the black semicircles, so I'm doing that in all the pink areas. It takes away the thinking, so particularly for those people who, doodling is a little bit stressful for them. Well, if you do it once, you know that in all your pink areas you're going to do the same thing, or if you do something in your blue area, that's what you're going to do in all of them. So it just takes away that, oh no, I have to think up a different pattern for every single spot on this page. So once I finish that, then I'm going into my next area with some stencils. And I decided in this one, I think I'm using the new shimmer paints and just stenciling over the top. And while I liked it, I didn't get a huge difference in tone, but in person, but on screen actually you can see that shimmer come up really, really nicely. And the shimmer paints from Dylusions, if you haven't had a chance to play with them, they are amazing. They are just so shimmery and beautiful. So now I'm going in and drawing some big white spaces. So while I quite regularly cover up all the white on my page, I do tend to, in the end, go back and put some white space in, whether it's with big mark making like I've just done there, or with a paint pen, or stenciling over with white. So it is important to add that sort of white back in again. I'm also going in with this loopy handwriting stencil. I couldn't find my usual handwriting stencil, but this worked, and I'm just using Payne's Grey, so I'm not using a black on it because I just wanted something slightly softer. The two big cloudy shapes in the middle is where I decided that I was going to put some quotes as some of the positive messages I wanted to tell myself. So it's a good idea to sort of leave spaces where you can add some writing in, and you can always add a big black splot over the middle. Now I'm going in, this is an Art by Marlene stencil with the loops, which I adore, and again just using a white. I think it's actually an off-white. I then decided with the flower that I would go in and just add a little bit of extra detail to those little blue squares with the shimmer over it, and this sort of tulip shape over the top. And again, I'm going to do a little bit of doodling into those just to make them look a little bit more interesting. Once I got my hands on this stencil, I really love the Art by Marlene stencils are quite useful because they've got lots of different elements on the same stencil. So you've got the beautiful sort of borders here that you can add into, and you know, but it's got the big focal pieces like the flowers on it too. So what I'm doing is sort of choosing contrasting colours. So I've got that cheddar coming up through here, which stands out really beautifully against the navy blue of the night. I also had some white paint left over, and I decided to go back in and paint instead of using the paint pen over those white areas, just to get it a little bit more opaque, because I wanted this to be really white so my writing would stand out against it. So you can see with not too much effort, and particularly by using stencils. Stencils are your secret weapon here. You can get this beautiful sort of doodled, patchworky background fairly easily on your page. Now I'm just going to go in with my white paint pen and just add some extra details. So adding white and black onto your page just really gives the finishing touches, I suppose, to your page. And my white pen was dying somewhat, so I've gone back to using my white gel pen. And because I was having fun, I kept adding, because why not? So I kept doing this all over the page. You can see I've put the white lines in. You can see I've got the big black spots in here. I can be brave and leap. What you whisper to yourself is your greatest power. I believe in myself. I know my own worth. So lots and lots of positive quotes over here. You can see in the close-up as well how I've used my black and white pen to add extra detail in to my stenciling, just to make it finished. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. If you don't have access to stencils, you can keep playing with it and do your own. I'd suggest looking up maybe some Zentangle patterns on the internet. They're a really great place to start. And you know, this page is all about empowering yourself, so choose some really, you know, lovely things to say about yourself and pop them on your page so you can go back and reflect on them. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.